Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we will learn about teaching skills, focusing on micro-teaching skills. This session will explore the essential skills required for effective teaching and how micro-teaching can enhance these skills. Teaching is more than just imparting knowledge or giving advice. It's about creating a harmonious relationship between the teacher, students, and the subject, and facilitating a meaningful learning experience. Common defects in teaching include excessive talking with little student expression, overemphasis on memory, insufficient explanation, lack of encouragement, and poor planning. Addressing these issues is crucial for effective teaching. Learning is defined as a change in behavior brought about by activity, training, or experiences. It is a continuous process, and those who keep learning stay young at heart. Learning occurs through study and interaction between teachers and students. The famous saying goes, "I hear and I forget, I see and I remember, I do and I understand," highlighting the importance of active engagement. We remember 20% of what we hear, 30% of what we see, 50% of what we see and hear, and 90% of what we see, hear, and do. This emphasizes the need for multisensory learning experiences. The role of teachers has evolved from being the primary source of information to becoming facilitators, collaborators, and co-learners, providing students with more options and responsibilities for their own learning. Students' roles have shifted from passive recipients of information to active participants in the learning process, engaging in collaborative learning and sharing knowledge. Teaching ability can be developed through systematic training, observing other teachers, and trial and error in the classroom, each method having its own benefits and drawbacks. Teaching skills are the activities and behaviors that facilitate learning. These skills can be observed, measured, and modified to improve teaching effectiveness. Teaching skills encompass various aspects such as introduction, explanation, probing questions, stimulus variation, using teaching aids, and closure. Each skill plays a vital role in the teaching process. The skill of introduction involves assessing the trainee's current knowledge, linking the introduction to the main points, and capturing attention at the start of the lesson. Effective explanation requires clear elaboration, use of examples, cognitive links, meaningful repetition, and the ability to compare and contrast concepts. Probing questions involve prompting, seeking further information, refocusing, redirecting, and increasing critical awareness among students. Stimulus variation includes teacher and student movement, switching between oral and visual stimuli, and voice modulation to maintain student engagement. Teaching aids should be simple, appropriate, interesting, presentable, and encourage student participation to enhance the learning experience. The skill of closure involves summarizing the lesson, providing follow-up activities, and offering further references to reinforce learning. Micro-teaching, developed by Robert Buck and Dwight Allen, is a technique to improve teaching skills by allowing teachers to practice and receive feedback in a controlled environment. The scaling down technique in micro-teaching involves reducing class size, lesson duration, and content, focusing on practicing one teaching skill at a time. Micro-teaching is defined as a scaled-down teaching encounter that allows teachers to concentrate on specific teaching behaviors and practice under controlled conditions. Micro-teaching aims to simplify the complexities of teaching, boost confidence in student teachers, and provide immediate feedback to refine their teaching skills. In India, the NCERT initiated a project in 1975 to study the effectiveness of micro-teaching, collaborating with Case Baroda and the University of Indore. The micro-teaching cycle consists of 6 steps: plan, teach, feedback, replan, reteach, and refeedback, each designed to enhance teaching skills. The cycle begins with planning a lesson, teaching it, receiving feedback, replanning, reteaching, and finally, refeedback to ensure continuous improvement. Reteaching involves presenting the lesson again, while refeedback focuses on refining the teacher's behavior based on previous feedback. Micro-teaching comprises 4 main components: modeling, feedback, setting, and integration, each playing a crucial role in the process. Modeling involves demonstrating specific behaviors for student teachers to imitate, presented through perceptual, symbolic, and audio formats. Feedback is based on systematic observation, setting involves the conditions of the microclass, and integration ensures a smooth transition to real teaching. The steps in micro-teaching include orientation, discussing teaching skills, selecting a skill, presenting a model lesson, and practicing the skill. Providing feedback, replanning, reteaching, and refeedback are essential steps to refine and integrate teaching skills effectively. Micro-teaching is guided by principles such as practice, reinforcement, experimentation, evaluation, precise supervision, and continuity. Supervisors help develop teaching skills, understand their application, work with trainees, visit schools, supervise lessons, and evaluate performance. Various aids and apparatus like observation schedules, tape recorders, and CCTV are used to facilitate micro-teaching sessions. Micro-teaching is simpler, controlled, and focuses on one skill at a time, while macro-teaching is complex, uncontrolled, and involves multiple skills. Micro-teaching features real teaching situations, scaled-down teaching, individualized attention, more control, and a robust feedback mechanism. Micro-teaching involves 3 phases: knowledge acquisition, skill acquisition, and transfer, each crucial for effective teaching practice. Micro-teaching reduces complexities, offers individualized attention, provides immediate feedback, and serves as a valuable research tool. Despite its benefits, micro-teaching can be costly, time-consuming, and challenging to integrate into real teaching scenarios. Various researchers have identified multiple micro-teaching skills, with Allen and Ryan listing 14, Singh 22, Menon 74, and Dr. Passy 13 skills. Micro-teaching skills include introduction, explaining, questioning, demonstration, reinforcement, closure, stimulus variation, and blackboard skills. Introducing a lesson effectively involves utilizing previous experiences, using various techniques like storytelling and demonstrations, and ensuring continuity in ideas. It's also important to consider verbal and non-verbal behaviors. When explaining or narrating, it's crucial to use appropriate beginning and concluding statements, test understanding, and avoid irrelevant or vague language. Questioning skills include using different types of questions and techniques like prompting and refocusing to enhance understanding and engagement. Effective blackboard use involves legible handwriting, neatness, orderliness, and appropriate use of charts and diagrams to enhance understanding. Demonstration skills require clear objectives, proper equipment handling, student participation, and clear explanations to ensure effective learning. Using concrete, interesting, and relevant examples helps in illustrating concepts clearly and linking them to day-to-day life. Reinforcement skills involve using positive verbal and non-verbal feedback, repeating and rephrasing, and avoiding negative reinforcements. Achieving closure in a lesson involves revision, summarizing key points on the blackboard, and assigning homework to reinforce learning. Stimulus variation skills include using movements, gestures, changes in speech patterns, and interaction styles to maintain student engagement. Integrating skills bridges the gap between micro-teaching and macro-teaching, ensuring a cohesive learning experience. Thank you for your attention. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Have a good day.